Thanks for joining me. Chloe's with me, and you might see Chester walk in and out. She's asleep, I think, but my kitties are with me today, so we say hello. Let's start off with working on the backs of our legs, our hamstrings. Lots of times because we sit so much, the legs get super tight. So I've got my little salt candles out. Maybe I'll bring them down here so everyone can see. They're just a nice little, it's almost dusk, so I thought we'd have just a little, kind of a candlelight stretch right now. I'm not going to do anything vigorous, but I just took them out of the range. There we go. But we'll just get a nice stretch going on. So I'd like you to lay back. Let's do a few breaths. We're not going to stay a long time in pranayama. Just enough to get our nervous system to quiet. So lay back, something maybe under your knees, maybe something under your head. If you're got that rounding of the upper back, that's okay then to put something under the head. Or just lying flat, whatever feels good to you. I'm going to put a little blanket under my knees. It just feels good. Just notice your breath. Feel the earth beneath your body. Let the feet be just flopped. See if you can feel equal pressure under each wrist, under each arm. Can you feel where your head is gently caressing the floor, the earth? Can you feel the shoulders supported? Notice your spine. Follow it all the way down to your pelvis. Now feel each buttock. Does each one have equal pressure under it? We're just noticing, we're not judging, we're just noticing right now. What about the thighs? How do they feel? The calves and the ankles, the heels as they support the body. In each arm, feel the weight of the arm. Let the arms feel super heavy. Now bring awareness to your belly and start to breathe deep into the belly like it's blowing up like a big balloon. Slow breath and then a real slow, quiet exhale, just focusing on your belly. You're watching it. Feel it like a wave. Add a little pause at the top and a little pause at the bottom. Sometimes I think of it as I'm the surfer on that wave and I'm riding the wave of my breath. So as I inhale, I imagine myself on that little surfboard riding up to the crest of the top of the wave, and I pause. And then as I exhale, so slow, and I'm that surfer, I'm coming down that wave of the breath. And I'm relaxing as I do that, especially the shoulders. Couple more breaths. Now bring awareness to your hips. See if you can breathe so deeply that you can feel it into the hips. And then as you exhale, let each hip sink deeper. One more. On this last exhale, really slow and just sink. Imagine you're free falling. Now feel your body relaxed, the mind relaxed. Now let's wiggle our fingers and toes. Look to the right, look to the left. Just bring a little movement into the neck. And then let's bend our right knee, bend the left knee, bringing feet to the floor, taking anything out from under your knees if you had it there, anything out from under your head. So I want you, just you and your body on the earth. Good. Lift your head up just an itty bit. Reach tall with the crown of the head. And then as you bring the head down, just feel that chin slightly tuck. You should feel a little stretch on the back of the neck. Now I want you to bring your right thigh in towards your torso, and then I want you to start to make little bitty circles with the right knee. Try not to let the left hip pop up. Zip up your core and keep everything tight, and then go the other way. Just little circles. We're going to do some stretching of the hip muscles, so I'm just warming them up. Other side, left thigh comes in, and then little circles. Outward, keeping the core engaged, so why not work our core while we're doing this? So zip up and draw the drawstring. And go the other way. Keeping the core engaged is going to allow you to just isolate the hip joint and then bring that down. So let's review that. I might have some brand new viewers that don't know what I'm talking about when I say zip it up or draw the drawstring. So you want to think about right below your navel, really low in the pubic bone. You pull the belly in and you start to lift that part up. So you're zipping it up like zipper on a pant. Then you put your hands on your hip bones and you imagine a drawstring cinching them together. So pull and push them together. See how that feels. Breath in. The exhale, feel the drawstring cinching your hip bones towards one another. And then zip it up. So you've got this up and down action and this sideway action going on, and that's keeping your core engaged. It's also protecting your back. So I just want you to feel that. And then let it go. Rock your pelvis forward and back a little bit. And now we're going to take a strap. You do need a strap for this practice. I want you to take the strap. Let's start with the right leg. You're going to bring it up. Now we stretch from a straight leg. If your hamstrings are tight, when I ask you to bring your leg up, it might stop right here. But what I see a lot is when I have people stretch, they stretch with a bent knee. And that's not what I want you to do. I want you to lower the leg enough so that it straightens the leg out. Remember, we're not looking for how far I can kick my leg over the head. We're looking to get a good stretch, and in yoga we begin where we are. We honor the body and we start where we start. A lot of times our ego wants to say, I want to get it over my head, just because we think it looks good, but right now we're more concerned on what's best for us. Got it? Okay. So now what you're going to do, you're going to think about the left foot first. You're going to really nicely press into the foot. Your big toe, your little toe, and the middle of the heel. You're going to keep that contact with that left foot. Now the right leg, I want you to pull on the strap, push up with the foot, and feel that tight. I want you to hold that. You can feel it really compressing, and then let that go. Now bend and straighten the knee. Bend and straighten. Now check alignment. Center of foot, center of toe. Center of foot with center of knee. Just warming up. And now we're gonna bring the leg straight. So remember, whatever straight is for you. Don't let that left foot lose its contact. So now breathing into the belly. As you exhale, pull the navel and zip it up and bring the leg back. Press your hips into the mat because I don't want you to round in your lower back. And pressing the hips into the mat keeps that little bit of an arch in your lower back. And we want that. So breathing in, the exhale, navel in and up, zip it up, zip your zipper. Try to let your shoulders not be way up here pulling. I want your shoulders as relaxed as you can get them. And now we're going to move the leg. I'm going to flip so you can see the angle. Because a lot of my students, they really go too far. So we want to go about 6 inches. And you're going to feel the pull in the back of the leg. So now we're going to, we have 3 hamstrings. Now we're going to this lateral or it's the inner hamstring. So now I want you to breathe in. And the exhale, you bring the leg straight back, not to center, but back. Remember to keep that left foot grounded. Press the hips into the mat and zip it up. When we do that, you're getting more into the belly of the muscle, and that's where the safest and best stretch comes. Let's stay here 2 more breaths. See if you can breathe into that tight spot. And now you're going to bring your leg back to center. And now you're going to go inward about 3 to 5 inches, wherever you feel it. And now breath in. And then the exhale, leg comes back. This is the tightest one on most people. So it's not going to go far. And remember, when you're stretching, you want to keep a nice soft face, so no wincing. We want to keep our nervous system slowed down so that we can get a better stretch. As soon as we wince and we go too far, signals the nervous system, danger, danger, and it tightens up. So we don't want that. We want to keep a nice, slow breath. The Yoga Sutras, the sage Patanjali states that your asana must be easeful and stable. So you can't, yoga isn't anything about force. It's about feeling a really good stretch, but being able to be breathing through it nice and slow. And now let's bring that leg back up. Now we're going to open it up. Now really keep that left foot planted. Trying to keep your left hip down so you're not rolling to get more depth into the stretch. It's not a twist. It's an inner thigh stretch. So keep the left, bring your left hand, place it on the left hip and keep that hip down. So resist it with the left side of your body. Pull the navel and zip it up. Flex the right foot and maybe press through the heel, maybe not, because this one gets super tight. This is my surgical leg. I just had hip replacement, so it's coming along. Slow but sure, but it's coming along. Couple more breaths. You can use both hands if one arm gets tired. And now breath in. The exhale. Pull your tummy in and use your core. Use the strap to bring your leg up. Now we're going to go the other way. We're going to stretch the outer hip. So we'll see how far my leg goes, because this is my my surgical leg. So straighten out the left, flex the left foot, bring the strap to the left hand, right hand to brace, breath in, and then as you exhale, you can let that right hip come up. It's okay. And let's bring it over. It can come up a little, like I've got mine, it's too much. So it can come up a little. So now you're stretching all of the side of the leg, the IT band. So for me, each week I've gotten a little more range of motion. So I'm at month 2. So it's to be expected. It's going to take a while. Long, slow, deep breaths. One more. And then bring the leg back up. And let's switch. So get yourself set up. I'm going to grab a sip of water. I can feel myself getting dry. And now we're going to do the other leg. That's a really good hip opener. So this is something I do every night. So I'm going to come back this way so I can get on my mat. I just wanted you to see the angles. So when we do the 3 hamstrings, a lot of them want to go way over, but you go about 6 inches, that's it, and then back. Once you go more than that, you're not doing hamstring anymore. You've gotten off the angle. Okay, so first we want to tighten the muscle group. Right foot pressing, pushing. First you want to feel the femur, the head of the thigh, into the socket, so you pull it back a little. You hold the strap there, and then you push up with the foot. So you've got this contraction going on the hip socket. Super good for osteoporosis. But we're tightening up the back of the leg, and then you're relaxing it. Then you can bend and straighten. Just look for the alignment. Don't let the foot cock to the right or left. So center of foot, center of knee. So this is warming up your hamstrings. Now we're going to remember, straight leg, wherever that is for you. Breath in. Exhale, zip it up, tummy in, bring the leg straight back. Press your hips in. Notice that makes a little more stretch. So we're all into distance, not the right stretch. We want to round our back, lift the hip up so we can get it over our head, but for some spines, you're doing more harm than good. Don't let the shoulders hike up, keep them down. Really relax into the exhale. If you want more, you press up with your heel. If it doesn't feel right, don't do it. One more breath. Now take your leg, guide it about between 3 and 6 inches, not too much. You're going to start to feel the pull, then you stop. You breathe in. Press your hips into the mat and gently pull the leg towards you. Makes a difference when you press your hips into the mat, you get a better stretch, and it brings it to the belly of the muscle, which we want. If we're not stretching at the middle of the muscle, you got too close to the tendons and you're stretching more at the tendons. So we want to get that belly of the muscle, middle of the muscle. That's where most of the stretch receptors are too. So it makes sense we stretch there. Then back to center. And now let's go the other way. Just a little bit. Remember, you're only going not more than 6 inches. And your leg is straight. Flexing the foot gives it more oomph, softening it less. pushing through the heel even more. Keep the hips pressing. Now, let's stretch the outer. So let's keep this knee bent, really ground down and open up that left leg to the side. Flex the foot. Interestingly, I'm going to a real intense rehab right now through my chiropractor, and he's doing a lot of body work on me, a lot of soft tissue work and rubbing out adhesions, which we know is knots and this and that. It's not pleasant, but it's very beneficial, very helpful. But I got into, unfortunately, after surgery, I developed IT band syndrome in both of my legs. So I've been working with that. So my range of motion hasn't come back yet fully, but it's working. You gotta be persistent. You have to be patient with your body and be dedicated. So one more breath. Bring it back up. Straighten out the left. Flex the left foot, press down with the thigh, and then only come over as far as you can, but keep that right thigh pressing. Feel the left foot pressing away and draw the left hip back. See if you can keep your left shoulder down. Feel that good stretch. One more breath. Now use the strap, help your leg back up, and then bend the knee. Good job, guys. That was great. Let's straighten up our legs and just feel your legs. What do you feel in your hips? I feel this surge of energy just all around my thighs, upper thighs, and into my hips. It's like a pulse. Do you know how good that is for us? Super good. All right, let's bend our knees and bring feet to the floor. What I want to do now is do a little bridge, just to open up our hips a little bit. If you have a block, it would be nice to squeeze it. When we squeeze the block, it connects with your core, your deep core. So that's a good thing, right? Let's do a nice gentle bridge. So breathing in. The exhale, pull your navel in, press your back flat, squeeze that block, and lift the hips up. Just a nice, gentle, whatever feels good for you. Excuse me. And then exhale, roll it down, nice and slow. And one more time, inhale, lifting up. Tuck that chin. Walk your shoulder blades under a little. Feel the chest open. And then roll it down. Good, one more time. Inhale it up. Exhale it down. Come up onto your toes. Hold the belly in and roll it all the way down. Now take your block or pillow or whatever you're using, place it under your sacrum. Now there's 3 heights. You've got your flat height, you've got your middle height, and then you've got the tallest height. So you pick which one feels best for you. We're just going to do supported bridge. So this is under your sacrum, the base of your spine. Feel the weight on your shoulders, not on your neck. This is relaxing your psoas. Adjust the block as you need to so you feel comfortable. If it doesn't feel good at all, you can just take it out and just wait for it. That's fine. Breathe into your chest. Couple more breaths. And then hold your tummy in. Squeeze your butt and lift your hips up a little and take your block out and roll it down. Good job, guys. Let's do a nice gentle stretch for our psoas and our quads while we're here. And then we're going to be done. Just a nice gentle for our hips tonight. Just to stretch them out. So if you ever feel tight after one of our practices, you can come to this video and it's just loosening up your hips. I've been doing this every day for the last 2 weeks, getting my my hips to open up more. All right, guys. Let's bend that, bring the top leg up, bend the knee and grasp the ankle. Now you can use a strap here if you need to. Flex the foot. So first, we want to contract the quad. So hold the belly and zip it up, draw the drawstring, and then kick your foot into that hand. So that's tightening up your quad. We want that first, and then let it go. Now we're going to stretch it. So press down with the bottom leg to stabilize, zip up your core, and then bring your heel towards your bottom. Keep that shoulder back. Don't tip back because that's not engaging your core. So you want to think about maybe tipping forward just a little bit. And you've got your core zipped up in the drawstring on. Point the tailbone down. So keeping the core engaged and the tailbone down is protecting that lower back. And now if you want more, your foot is flexed. You're going to imagine you're reaching for a wall with that foot. Keep the knee down. Don't let the knee come way up. And after this one, before we end, I'm going to show you one that has worked wonders for me. If you have tight hip flexors or a tight IT band, I'm going to show you one that has helped me a lot. All right, let's let that go. Let's go to the other side. Okay, guys, make sure your head is supported. Oh, goodness, I've got a clip that's bugging me. Won't we be glad when we can go to the beauty parlor again? I say beauty parlor because I've been watching Andy Griffith a lot. But to the salon or wherever we go to get our hair cut or whatever we need doing with our hair. Okay, guys, let's get this top leg all stretched. So grasping the ankle. So a lot of people that are tight, you're way up here. Bring it down the best you can. And if that means that you have to use a strap, then please use a strap. Pull the navel in, zip it up, draw the drawstring, press the bottom leg, and then breathe in. And the exhale, maybe pull your tummy in and try to bring your heel towards your butt. Don't let the core go, that's protecting your back. As soon as we bring this leg back, your back wants to arch, your lower back. And we don't want it to. So we're really keeping the core engaged to prevent that. And breathing in. The exhale, maybe pulling that heel, guiding that heel towards that buttock. Maybe not. You have to decide that. Nothing should hurt. And now if you want more, you don't have to, but if you do, you're going to imagine, really keep the navel drawn in and up and bring that foot to an imaginary wall behind you. That gets higher up into the thigh, which gets into the psoas, the hip flexors. Nothing should hurt. If it does, back off or leave it out. Let's stay here 2 more breaths. All right, guys. Now, I promised you this one. I'm going to show it to you. So if you've ever had IT band tightness or a tight TFL, they call it, the tensor fascia lata, this is one that's going to help. Hopefully the angle, I can get my chair in here so you can see it. I think I have to angle this up a little bit. That's okay. There. Okay, guys. Hopefully you can see this. So have something, a wall or something to hang on to. So whatever, you're going to do both. I can't do it on my right side because of my surgery. It's just not right yet, not good for it yet. But my left side, so I'm going to show you with my left leg. It's going to look like you're right, but this is my left leg. I'm going to bring it behind me and see if I can get my little toe to be right in line with my little toe. So I had to bring my right foot back. But the best you can. Now when I started this, I couldn't get more than that. So I've come quite the way. So your thighs are together. You're going to pull the tummy and point the tailbone down. I already feel it right here. So if I want more, I'm going to lean forward a little bit. And if you have this tight TFL area going on, you're going to feel this. Keep your navel zipped and your tailbone down. So I'm coming forward on a little bit of a diagonal. I'm just going to show you this side, but you can do it on both sides. Breathe into that tight, icky spot. Try not to tense. So my chiro says that it's really beneficial if you've got a super tight muscle, hold the stretch for at least 90 seconds. He said that one of his colleagues did a study and scientifically proved that if we hold something for at least 90 seconds, you get a better stretch. So good enough for them, good enough for us, right? All right, guys. So I'm going to unwind, shake it out. And I invite you guys to just stay here and lay back. I'll walk you through a little Shavasana. So lay back. Feel your body in contact with the surface beneath it, with the earth, with the ground. It supports you. I want you to take a deep breath in through your belly. And as if you were free falling, I want you to feel your whole body start to sink down, letting go of stress and tension. I want you to do that for 10 breaths. I'll count for you. And I'm going to sound the little gong when it's time to come out. But I want you to keep breathing like that. Breathing deeply. And then free falling down. Feeling Mother Earth catching you. Let go of more tension. Feel the breath entering your body, expanding your torso. And feel the release of muscles, of breath, and its tension as you exhale and sink heavy onto the mat. Jaw is soft, the back teeth have a little space. Your eyes are heavy in their sockets. The shoulders are heavy. The hips are heavy. The thighs. The whole entire leg is heavy. The elbows are heavy. And the wrists are heavy. And both entire arms are heavy. So start to bring your breath back to your normal breath, maybe deepening it a little bit. Bring movement into your fingers and your toes. ankles and wrists. Let's bring our arms up as high as your shoulders or space allows. And then exhale, bring them down. One more time. Inhale, bringing arms up. And exhale, bringing arms down. Good job, guys. Let's press up to seated. So anytime your hips are tight, tune into this little video. It'll help you. I wish you a blessed evening and namaste.